Okay, good evening to you all. Today is our day 5 of this 3-month data analytics bootcamp. Like I said, this bootcamp will last for about 3 months, and today is our day 5. Like always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the day. So, in today, we are going to have a recap on what we did on day 4. And then today we are going to treat simple arithmetic. Then we'll have a question and answer, then a conclusion, and then we call it a day. So yesterday, uh, if you can recall yesterday, we discussed about data types, and then we talk about formula and function. So I show you the two different data types that we have, which under each we have different also names or types of data that we also have. Later on, we treated um, formula and function. So today we are going to treat simple arithmetic. That's what we are going to do to treat today. And this simple arithmetic is almost the formula we are going to treat in Excel. And all of you, I believe you know all this simple arithmetic, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and also division. So that's what we are going to discuss today. Okay. Again, I think apart from this, also we are going to treat average today also. So average is part of what we are going to cover today again. So let's go and have some practical. Okay, I'm sharing back my screen. Let me share it with you. So I believe you can all see my screen. So let's start with this simple arithmetic. So I'm deleting this. I don't need that phone number. We just use it yesterday. So let me write all the simple arithmetics that we have here together with the sign. So we have for the addition, I think I'm not going to start with addition. So let's start with multiplication. Let's start with multiplication. Then maybe we say subtraction. Then we put division. Then we add addition. So I'm going to put I'm going to put all the sign here. So let me put this symbols, the mathematical symbols for that. So multiplication is asterisk on computer. That what it is. You can call it star. Some people call it star. That for the multiplication. And for the subtraction is a dash like this. That's for the subtraction. For the division, sorry. For the division, we have forward slash is is what we have. So forward slash is stand for the division. So I have to put the forward slash. Then for the addition, we already know the addition, which is the plus sign. So sorry, these are the simple arithmetics that we have. So we are going to treat average as part of the formula we'll cover today. So we're going to treat average. So under this addition, so let me move this here. Under this addition, we are also going to treat sum as a function. So these are the formula that we're going to cover. They are the formulas. the formula, then I will cover the sum function. So that's how it's going to be. So yeah. So let's start with this that we said we are going to start with multiplication. So I already told you the multiplication is the asterisk. So where it is under your alphanumerical keys on your keyboard. And I believe you all have this knowledge of keyboard. We have the numerical keys. We have the alphanumerical keys. We also have the alphabets. We have other different types of keys that we have on keyboard. So whenever you want to calculate something, you need to know what cell are you adding together. Are you adding two or more cells, or you are adding only numbers together to multiply something? Maybe you are adding something within a particular cell and you want to add it with another number. Like for example, in this case, we are going to use multiplication. Let's say we want to multiply salary. We want to multiply each salary by, let's say, 0.5. That's how we want to multiply the salary. That means we want to multiply the salary by half of it. So let's say we want to multiply it by 0.5. Or maybe we want to multiply it by 2. So what you are going to do is whenever you want to write a formula or function in Excel, you start by pressing equal sign. So you start by writing equal sign on your keyboard. So I want to put it under bonus column. So I want to do it there. So I'm going to say equal sign. Then I call the cell that I want to put together. So for now, since all the rows that we have are in horizontal like this, we are using the only row we are in, which is where this 50,000 is for this number one person. That's what we are going to use. So I'm going to say to look at what what is the cell reference of this 50,000 that I want to have here? Because I want to multiply this 50,000 times 2. For example, to be the bonus, I want to multiply it times 2 or times 0.5, like we said. So we are going to either click on it or we write the cell reference, which is F3. So if I put F3, automatically you will see that this cell turn into this particular column. So we said F3, then I'll put my asterisk, multiply. So I'll put it, you see, I put it, the asterisk is there, multiply by maybe 0.5, like I said, then I press enter. So when I multiply it by 0.5, definitely we are going to get half of it, of course, because that's the 0.5 of whatever we are multiplying. So by default, it comes with as continuous data, not discrete. So if we want, since it is it's money, as we see, all these are just money. So maybe we want to get rid of that, since maybe we are no longer using the what do we call it, the decimal places in it. So we just get rid of that. If we want to put the decimal places, you already know that, then we increase it by 2. 2 is okay, like this, but I just get rid of it because I don't want to apply it across all the cells. So now the next thing is, you don't need to come down here and write the same formula, or come here and write the same formula. You don't need to do that. All you need to, since we get this particular result, just drag it down. When you drag it down up till the end, it's going to give you the result across all the rows that you have. Even if they are 100,000 rows, all you need to is to drag it across the end. It's going to do the same thing for you. But let me say this to you, what Excel is doing. What Excel is doing when you drag, Excel is taking reference of the next row. That's how it works. So if you can recall, we put F3 here times 0.5. So when we drag it till the end, Excel come here and what? And say F4. That way Excel take this. When you drag also, again, Excel takes another step here to take the second row. Another thing here also, Excel take the next row, which is F6, like that. It goes like that. So maybe what I'm going to do, let me repeat it again so that you will see it and you will see how it works again. So now, if you said equal sign, like I said, you write the reference of the cell that you want to take. So want to take this, you either click on it or you write the cell reference. I already teach you what cell reference is all about in our day 2 of this bootcamp. So cell reference is the designation of your cell, the intersection of rows and column and rows. That one will give you the designation of any cell. So you take the cell, just click on the cell, then you put the sign, that is the asterisk that we want to use, that is we are on multiplication. Then you write what you want to multiply the number by. I can ask you, maybe you can be asked to multiply it by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5. So now I just ask you to multiply it by 0.5. Then you just put 0 and you put 0.5. So once you put 0.5, it will multiply whatever is inside F3, it will be multiplied by 0.5. So now it give you 25,000. If I turn it maybe to 70,000, for example, and press enter, it will give me 35 because 0.5, 70,000 multiplied by 0.5 will definitely give you half of whatever is inside this, which is 35,000. All you need to is to hold your dragging. I teach you how to drag, and I ask you to practice the dragging. And I believe you know how to drag in Microsoft uh, Excel, which of course is part of what we treated on day 2. So you know how to drag also. So you drag, when you drag across this, it's going to work like that. So the 0.5, you don't need to write it again. It will remain static, but the reference of the cells will be changing. Based on the way you drag it, it will just keep going down, down, down like this. Please understand this explanation because tomorrow this explanation will help you when we start treating percentage increase, decrease, and the rest. So it will help you a lot to learn how this works. So when you drag, Excel formula goes round with the what? With the reference cell. So from this F3, it will go to F4, F5, F6, up till the end, it will give you the result. So this is multiplication. So I think I'm just going to add another one here to say subtotal. I'm sorry, I'll just call it anything just for us uh, to to practice the subtraction. So for the subtraction, we are going to subtract. Okay, let's say out of maybe the salary, again, maybe out of the salary, we want to subtract 5,000. Maybe that 5,000 is, I don't know. I don't know what it is for. Maybe transport fee, but yeah, we can subtract that 5,000. So we are going to say equal sign again. This F3, or out of this bonus, we want to remove 5,000. Maybe let's say we want to remove 5,000 out of the bonus that we gave them. Maybe the 5,000 is for anything. Maybe there's going to be a get together. So we'll remove 5,000 out of everybody's bonus to put out the money and do something. So we are going to say equal sign. Okay, I'm sorry. I have some issue with my network. So let me share it again. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So here it is. I said when you put equal sign, so we are taking the reference of where the bonus is. So now our bonus moved to G3. So I'm going to write G3, or I'll just click on it. So it's going to be G3. So I'm minusing 5,000 out of that. So I'm minusing that 5,000. I'm going to say minus 5,000. So when I press enter, just press enter to get the result. So the bonus will turn to minus 5,000 of everyone's salary. So I'm just going to drag it down and release it like this. So that's all. So we drag it and we get our subtotal based on minus of the bonus and the rest. So that's it. So another thing we are going to do, for example, let's say for division. So for this division, we are going to call it maybe um uh, let me just say division, since I don't even know what to how to call it. So let's just call it division. I just call it division. So inside division, you know the division sign, which is forward slash, like I said, we say equal sign. So let's say we want to divide this bonus by 2. Yeah, maybe we want to do that. So we click on G3 again, then we put forward slash and we put 3. Then we press enter. Then it gives us this. So I can double click or I can drag like I told you in that video. You can double click or you can drag. It will still give you the same result. So that's how you apply the division. So division can be anything. We can ask you to divide it based on the values within a particular cell, or you can divide it based on anything. So if it is based on the value, I'll show you how to do that when we come to total. So now in addition, what we want to do is we want to add the salary and the subtotal to get the total. So we are going to say equal sign the salary, and I can click on it to get the F3. So I'll put plus sign plus this subtotal, that is plus H3. So F3 plus H3 will definitely give us the total of whatever we have in these two cells. So I'm going to click this, and this is what we got for this. So we have 100,000 for this person. So now if I drag it across here, we have all the subtotal and salary. It's going to give us the total of each person here. So that's one thing about this. But I said we are going to treat sum. Out of all these simple arithmetics, 4 of them, it's only addition that has sum. And I told you yesterday that we have sum as a function. Sum is a function, sorry. Sum is a function while addition is the formula. So please understand the two. Sum is the function, addition is the formula. And I told you yesterday, formula is a mathematical expression using mathematical symbols that give out a specific result, while function is a predefined formula. So sum is a predefined formula of addition. Now, I want to show you how to apply this sum, and it's only sum that has a function out of the simple arithmetic is because it's only sum that we can apply across multiple cells. There is no way you can be asked to divide numbers by about maybe 10 cells. Maybe we wanted to divide this 70,000 divided by this, by this, by this, by this, by this, like 10. No way. There is no way somebody you will be asked to do that. No way also you will be asked to multiply numbers maybe by 10 of numbers. Maybe you will be asked to multiply something that maybe 20 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8, or to devise something like that. No way you will be asked that. But you will be asked to add thousands of numbers together to get the total of the numbers. That why it's only addition that has function. I told you function is there to simplify how people write a formula. So now we have the sum function. So we want to get the total of the grand total of everything under here. That is, we want to add all these cells, that is about 14 of them. We want to add them together to get the sum total, the grand total here. How do we do that? We want to apply the sum. So I'm going to say equals to. So to use the sum, I told you yesterday, you don't need to use any symbol on it. It's just for you to call the name of the sum, the name of the function. So for addition, we have the sum function, and we are going to call the sum function. We are going to say equals to sum. Then we open bracket. So when you write sum, you open bracket. So the only thing you are going to do is to highlight the cells that you want to get their total. Now you don't need any addition sign. You don't need to put any plus sign. So all we need to is to highlight the entire cell. You see, I highlighted the entire cells together and I closed the bracket. If I press enter, it will give me the total. Sorry, if you see this hash 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 on Excel, it means the value here is more than the cell. So you need to expand the cell like this so that you will see whatever is here. But I will show you something. Let me explain this to you. You see, when we highlight this cell, it just gives us J3. J3 is the starting point, and it puts colon here. You see, we have colon. Then it put J6, 16, which is the end where this 85 is, and we get 85 here. So it's highlighted the entire row. What this means is that J3 is the starting point, colon is the range. That is from this J3, this colon throughout range to J16, it's going to highlight them all for me. Let me delete this formula and show you something. Let me write it by myself. If I said equal sign, sum, open bracket, J3 colon, I'm the one writing the colon J16. You see, automatically it highlighted it for me. So I can write it by myself, and I can also use my cursor to highlight everything while I'm inside the formula. Then I'll close the bracket. When you close the bracket, then you press enter. It will give you the result. So that's what it works. That's how it works. And one thing about this sum also, if you want to add maybe two uh, cells together, if it's not a range of data, all you need is to put a comma. It will automatically do the same thing for you without putting the plus sign. Maybe I want to add, let me say this, maybe like I did here, F3 plus H3. Let me delete this and show you something. If I say equals sign sum, and I open bracket and I say F3, then I put comma, then I click on H3 and I close bracket. Once I did this, it will automatically give me the answer, because this is how this sum is created. This sum function was created. Without plus sign, it will work once you call the sum. So now if I press enter, it will definitely give me the same answer. So the way I did it here is like the way I did it with this plus sign, and this is the same thing. But that one, I use a formula to do it. That why you see I put the mathematical expression, while in the other one, I don't need the mathematical expression. All I need is to call the function, highlight the data, and it will give me the answer. So this is how you get it. If you want to get it across all this, you can go ahead and get it. And one thing about this sum and everything, once I get the sum of all this, if I want to get it across all this, you don't need to waste time. Just copy this. If you copy this, highlight this three, you see I highlighted them, just Control V to paste them. Once you paste what you just copy, you see we're going to get the same answer across all this. We're going to say get the same answer. You see, we have this different answer like this, like we did it by ourselves. So that's it. So now we get all the total that we want in this. So if you like, you can change all the colors like this and this. Can put the border for this, and this is it. I get my total. So this is how you apply this simple arithmetics, and it's very, very easy to apply. But believe me, you need to practice it more so that you understand, because 80 to 90% of the work you are going to use is going to be on this. 80 to 90% of most of the works you are going to do are going to be on this. Most of the analysis you are hearing are based on this. Other functions that you are going to learn and the rest are more of data cleaning, data transformation, and data wrangling and the rest. That's all what they are. But this that you need to master this, you need to understand this, they are more of what you are going to do. Together with what we are going to learn tomorrow, if you put them together, are more of what you must learn. So please learn this, learn how to do this. Even if something is given to you, you need to try as much as you can to give yourself different assignment to try and do a lot. Yeah. So I told you yesterday, you're going to have a very big data. Your data is going to have about, I told you, more than 80,000 rows of data. That's what we are going to give you. So understand this. I'm just using only 16 rows. You are seeing this, you say that is very simple. I don't want a situation whereby we give you that data, you will be confused on where you are even going to start. We teach you everything. We started everything afresh together. So the next thing we are going to treat is average. So in Excel, we only have the average function. We have the average function, but there is average formula. Average formula is total sum divided by total count. That's the average. That's the average formula. You sum everything, whatever you get at the total summation of that numbers, then you multiply that sum by the count of the numbers. So, for example, now if you want to know the average of this salary, what is the average salary? You were asked to get the average salary, or you can call it mean. You were asked to get the average salary. Then we need to say this total divided by the total salary, 14 people. So we have 14 salary. So this 1 million divided by 14 is what will give us what? Is what will give us the average. So that's how you get the average. So let me show you this. Let's apply the formula before we apply the what? The before we apply the function. So if we say equal sign, this total, that is the total sum, this 1 million divided by this total count, which is what? Which is 14. So I'm going to say 1, 4. So if I press enter, whatever we get, this 81,785.71. That's the average salary. So the average salary of these people or of this company is 81,785. That's the average salary. Okay. So now, if you want to apply the average function in Excel, we are going to say equal sign average. Then we write average. Then we open bracket. So when we open bracket, all we need to now is just to highlight the 14 numbers. Just highlight them, all the 14 numbers, without the total. Only the numbers. Because I told you the formula is total sum divided by total count. So what we need now, we don't need that formula. This formula is already created for us and the function is there for us. All we need is to highlight the numbers that we want to get their average. So when you highlight the numbers like this, you get the number. Just close your bracket, press enter. It will give you the same thing. Don't worry, someone will say, no, it's not the same. Let me increase the decimal places. You see, we get exactly the same number that what we get, the way we apply it by formula and the way we also apply it by average. So now you see, any function that you're going to see in Excel, there is a formula behind that function. Some function you will know the formula, some function you don't even know how the formula is there, but it was created in Excel. All you need is to use the function and get whatever you want to get. So this is how it works. So now you understand what average formula is, and you also understand what average function is. So we have the average formula, and we also have the average function. So please go ahead. If you have any question, drop your question in the chat. I'll respond to you. If you don't have any question, this is where we are going to draw the curtain and call it a D. If you have any question, please can you drop it? Okay, do you have any question? Do you have any question? Any question? So please, I think there's no any question. You all understand this, but please practice this. Open your Excel, practice this, please. Practice this. Try as much as you can. Learn how to do this dragging. Learn how to apply all these simple arithmetics, the multiplication, the division, and all this, the average. Please apply that. Apply that. I think yeah. Okay. So in the absence of any question, I think I wish you all the best. So see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful dream. Bye bye.